It's the National Football League on EA Sports. All eyes are on Jamar Chase. He's coming off one of his biggest games in both yards and touchdowns last week. It's the Bengals and the Bears coming up next.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Quickly to the air is Wilson. He's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. First carry now for David Montgomery. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 17 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie that stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, he might be a little jumpy as well. Might throw off his timing.
Yeah, be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Bowls over it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards. 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. The Bengals at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Their mobile quarterback with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Footing always a concern, but the extra points up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Play action. Now Wilson. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. 1st down. Here's the run with Montgomery. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. 3rd and long. It's Wilson escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They're going to look to throw.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
On second down, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Dance, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He juked him. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morgan. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He finds his man, complete. That's Morgan. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Morgan. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Okay, ready? Let's go. 18
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. It's their quarterback with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. Completes it to Hardman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And this is caught by Watkins. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Wilson will throw again. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
The Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Good starting field position for at their 36-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. The 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 21 to 0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. But they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Let's go now. 18 ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it is 28-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just and all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now it's Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it is 42-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Here's Wilson. He's got his man. That's Hardman. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Mecole Hardman, an even 90 yards. And the Bears are able to claw one back. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw. So a good decision that time by Zach Taylor. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And he's brought down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Bengals have recovered it. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
He will push his way down to about the 14. And the offense moving quickly to the line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Bengals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Wilson to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. The offense on third down, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be third and forever. Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chase Young. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Bears bring out an secondary now for third down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. 67 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Lost, man.
Without a doubt, the head coach. He wants him to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over. And
looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for the Bengals TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. And these guys are going to be free-wheeling now. We're going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to dispute.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out of fumble. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on second and long. Wilson. Under pressure, they got him again. Chase Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Here's Wilson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every...
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be up to that kind of a start.
Like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early. Great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Onto the field now come the Bears.
CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not...
And he lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. Inside the 20. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
I'm going to forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because...
You're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands here of Hardman.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. This is caught inside the 15. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Well, I'll tell you what, Charles, I don't put too much stock in power rankings and things of